Okay, good afternoon and welcome everyone to the Singapore Cycling Esports Inter-School Cup. So now up next we have the University and C Division categories finals, both going on at the same time in the same race. So soon we will have an on the ground. We will have Ijin on the ground who will help to introduce the various riders. But today's race will be commentated by myself, Ryan, and Ijin. So whenever Ijin is ready, we'll see him go around and get the riders to introduce themselves.
Testing.
So today on the menu, what we have is a 16.1 kilometer race featuring 175 meters of elevation. So the route profile will be visible at the bottom of the screen on the live stream, which you will see some descents, a bit of rolling terrain, but one major climb and one major descent before a final sharp short uphill punch to the finish line, which will finish in a virtual, in the same virtual velodrome that you see the riders getting ready in now.
So are we ready to go? Okay, so we're gonna give an introduction of each of the riders. So please state your name and your school.
I'm Shun Ming from SUSS.
Okay, Shun Ming, all the best.
I am Cyrus from NUS, graduating today.
Okay, all the best and congrats on your graduation.
Hello, I'm Clement from NUS 2.
Okay, hello Clement.
Hello, I'm Samuel from NUS also.
Okay, why are you not in the jersey?
What's you paying for the jersey? Very expensive the jersey. That's why I need the money from the race today.
Okay, I think we're gonna skip this rider for now.
Hello, I'm Nizar from University of London.
Okay, all the best for afterwards.
Hi, I'm David. I'm from NUS also.
Okay, all the best.
Hi, my name is Malcolm. I'm from SIT.
Okay, all the best.
Hi, my name is Yushen and I'm going to NS soon.
Alright, all the best, Yushen. Okay, next behind we have the C divisions, boys from lower secondary school. Okay, our first rider.
Hi, I'm Tori from Sunshine.
Okay, so for those Tori friends, can you give him a shout out? Okay, next.
Hi, I'm Taika and I'm from Manjushri Secondary School.
Okay, so all the best for your race afterwards.
I'm Zihao from SASS.
Okay, all the best.
I'm Jacob from SSP.
Alright, all the best, Jacob. Okay, and then now we'll be heading back. I think we missed out one rider earlier, so we're gonna go back to the rider before we start.
Hi, I'm Nash from SIT.
Okay, all the best, Nash. Okay, and now we are 2 minutes away from the start of the last finals for today.
Okay, and that is a very interesting field. We have a very large contingent from NUS, so it'll be quite interesting to see whether there's going to be any team tactics in today's race. At the same time, in the same race but in a different category, almost like a multi-class kind of thing, we have the C division category, which consists of the lower secondary, Sec 1 to 2 boys, who are basically 13 to 14 years old. So it's going to be a mixed bag, and maybe we might be seeing two separate races, or who knows, maybe some of the C division boys may be able to keep up, or perhaps even outperform their university counterparts. So just over a minute to the start, and you can see the riders all just getting ready, or perhaps looking at each other, looking a bit nervous, trying to calm their nerves, getting ready for what will probably be quite an intense start.
Okay, so we are 1 minute away. Okay, and this is the last finals for today.
So just to orient people around the live stream, as you can see on the screen, you will see the route profile at the bottom of the screen. That is the green color portion, and with the steeper gradients transitioning from orange into red, and then the blue parts will be descending gradients where they are effectively going downhill. So it's even though the course is relatively flat, we'll still see a few short uphill punches, a few short climbs, and this looks to be pretty exciting racing. At the same time, if you take a look at the UI, for some riders you will see their heart rate if they have connected a heart rate monitor. Otherwise, you also see their power output not only just their instantaneous or the current output, but you'll see numbers for their average, the normalized, which kind of measures what's the weighted effort, based on uphills and downhills, and their max power. Alright, and we're just about to start, 5 seconds to go, and the riders are getting ready. And here we go. The race has begun, and we're gonna see if any riders start with an early attack. And it's a hard start straight away. We have at the front Tori and Clement starting to push the pace. Even further up ahead, Nash. So Nash leads from Samuel, Shunming in third, Cyrus and Clement just behind. But everyone's still gathered in the same pack, and we're gonna see some very, very intense racing as they hit the first downslope of the day. At the same time on screen, even for those who are here live in the same hall as us, you can see that static camera which shows all the riders, at least those in the front row, you can see from their body posture how much effort they're putting in. This race is gearing up to be quite intense, with Shunming and Nash currently in the lead, Clement further ahead. So we are starting to see the group start to fracture a little bit. Clement and another 9 more riders in this first group, followed by Jacob and 2 more towards the back, just 4 seconds behind. So currently on screen we are looking at Clement, who is leading a race, Zihao right behind Shunming. In fact, pulling alongside him. Question is he going to pull through? And it seems like one of the riders is in a little bit of trouble. He's raising his hand. So what's going to happen if the riders encounter any difficulties on the bike is that we have a support team on hand, but it'll be treated just like any normal mechanical out on the roads, right, Ijun?
Okay, so as you can see now here, on the bottom of the screen there's a white color downward facing arrow. The riders are approaching the 2 km mark, and they are actually going still fairly together. So it's either they force a breakaway here so that they reach the hill first, or if not, then it will be a battle at the hills afterwards.
And we're starting to see the front group. Alright, already there's a slight gap forming. Alright, one rider is starting to go ahead, and that is Samuel from NUS. Right, he is also a club rider for Cycling Training CC, and we're having Cyrus go past him. Cyrus, his own teammate, also from NUS, and they are starting to perhaps to relay together. Him, Cyrus, Samuel, and Clement, with Zihao following not far behind. And I think Shunming is also in that chasing group. So you can see they're starting to whittle down the leading pack. From previously it was 10 riders, now you have 7. Right.
And I think just now earlier I heard Samuel say he's gonna go for the cash of $120. So Samuel, I hope you get it, and then you can take the money and go and buy the NUS jersey afterwards.
Yeah. So if you're wondering why we're talking directly to the riders, is that for those of you watching on the live stream, whatever commentary you're hearing is the same thing you hear, or the same thing that the riders will hear live in this hall here in Anglican High. So whatever we're saying, they can hear it. Whatever commentary or tips that we're offering on screen, they can hear it. It's up to them whether they want to take it up as well. But we're starting to see the front group getting more and more select. We have Clement, Cyrus, and Samuel, 3 riders from NUS, together with Shunming from SUSS as well. Zihao starting to get gapped by about another 5 seconds behind, but he is followed closely by Yushen and Nash, who are forming the chasing group behind. And I guess you can see, based on the time gaps on the screen, it looks like the race is basically fracturing apart. You don't have a main peloton or a breakaway, unlike what we saw from some of the earlier races. But you're just seeing everyone just basically trying to hold whatever pace they can. So let's take a look back at the main breakaway group. Right, Cyrus, Clement, and Samuel, 3 riders from the same team together at the front. And we see Shunming with the green bike and green helmet virtually in avatar, mixing himself in this group. So we're not sure whether there'll be some team tactics, but it's gonna be basically a 1-on-3 if they decide to do so. Alternatively, some riders may choose to go for their own glory and they will just take it themselves. They treat it as an individual race, but not forgetting that this is an inter-school cup. So maybe Yijun, as part of the organizing team from Virtual Cycling SG or Virtual Cycling Singapore, maybe you'd like to explain a little bit what's at stake here, what's the prize that they're gunning for.
Okay, so I think the price is fairly similar across all the different categories. So I think only the top 3 place has a cash prize, but 1 to 5th position all generally will be on the podium with a medal and a sponsored prize by us. So I think for the first place is $120 cash. Second place is about I think 100 or 80, and then the next is 75. So they get to take home the cash after they win for the first, second, and third.
Right, and on screen we have Shun Ming, who is mixing himself in that front group, being the only non-NUS rider in that breakaway.
Hand race on bike 6, hand race on bike 6.
Oh, it looks like bike 6, and that is Nash. Can we put him on screen? He is in that second chasing pack. He's in the second chasing pack, I think, with Yishen and Zihao, and it seems like there's some issue with his bike. He is requesting help. Okay, and that was just him trying to get clarification because there was a split path in the road actually. 2 alternate paths, but they joined back and merged together. And now it seems like Nash is getting gapped from Yushen and Zihao, who perhaps are on the same part of the road together. So can we just put Yushen and Zihao on the screen? Yep, you see the 2 of them relaying together. There's still about 12 to 16 seconds away from the main pack, and we're also starting to see Shun Ming fall back from the lead group. So it looks like it's a NUS breakaway right here.
Okay, then just show one of them.
Right, this is an NUS breakaway with Samuel, Clement, and Cyrus, and Shun Ming from SUSS is starting to get gapped. Just about 4 seconds behind. He still can try to latch on, but it's gonna be a challenging deal for him. Okay, on screen we're looking at his own POV. This is what exactly the rider is seeing. This is what Shun Ming is seeing. So he can see the lead group right ahead of him. And the question is whether he can try to bridge that gap of about 4 seconds across, right, to the 3-strong breakaway of Clement, Cyrus, and Samuel. It seems like they are working together, relaying together quite well. And an interesting thing about these 3 of them, right, they're all from the same school. They are also same team for their club. Right, 3 of them are all club riders, and they all race or ride for cycling training CC, right? So I guess it's interesting how they are bringing perhaps their road riding experience into the virtual setting, and I guess it's also quite interesting that now even if they are not going by their club teams, they're instead going by their schools. They are still in the same team together.
So maybe to give a shout out to the C Division boys. So if you are looking at the camera, they are actually riding in the second row. So let us click behind, I think Tiger. So Tiger he's on bike 13. He's on the second row with the rest of the C Division boys. We only have 4 C Division boys. So we are putting them together. So as you can see here, we have 11 Jacob. Okay, and then we have 12 Zihao. And then 13 we have Tiger. And 14 let me see, is Tori. Yes, Tori. So Tori has a very strong group of supporters here to support him. Maybe on the game itself, let's go to see Tiger. Yeah, so as you can see on the game itself, the 4 of them are together with Malcolm 09 at the back. Okay, so I think they are all relatively the same standard because they are from the C Division.
So the interesting thing about this final is that effectively we have 2 races going on, because there's, even though they have the overall they're going for overall race together, but you also have their own individual classifications, both for the C Division and the university category, right? And it looks like, at least for the C Division category, we have Zihao who is leading it, but on the road, over here, Zihao is actually 6th on the road. Right, he's relaying together with Yishen. almost half a minute down from the lead breakaway, and they have about 15 seconds to try to bridge across to Shunming, who is stranded in no man's land. Right, he's on his own. He's trying to catch the breakaway. He's trying to make sure he's not caught from behind. Just show. Clement. Clement or any other three. Okay, so on screen now we're seeing back again the leader of the race, Clement, together with Cyrus and Samuel, and they all seem to be working together quite well, right? Although Samuel is starting to put a little bit of distance, but I guess it's all these micro surges that they are responding from the watt bike, trying to translate their power output into the in-game avatar, in-game output. They are just about halfway through the race, about 8 kilometers done, and they have about 8 more to go, but right in front of them they have one big major climb. So Yijun, earlier in one of the other races, I think the pre-university category, we also saw a breakaway go early, right? But in the end the rider was caught and finished in a bunch sprint. Do you think this breakaway will go far, or will they make it to the finish?
I think, to be honest, the top 3 riders, Clement, Samuel and Cyrus, they are all from the same team. They will probably already know each other's strengths and weaknesses, and they will know who will make it to the end. So I think ultimately it's just who wants the $120 more. I think at this point in time it looks like it's Samuel, so he might probably be going for the win and force a breakaway early.
So does that mean that so I guess the gauntlet has been thrown, right? That the rest of the riders have a challenge to try to bridge across or try to reel them back. And now the time gap is actually quite large, about almost 22 seconds to the closest chaser, and that is Shunming from SUSS.
Yeah, so well done, Shunming. So I think for the rest who don't know Clement and Samuel, so Samuel is sort of one of the national rider. I think last year he was it first or second jiazi for the road race? I think first. I can't remember, but obviously Samuel is a strong national rider. Okay, and then we have Clement, who has just went on to explore marathon instead of running, and Cyrus, who just started his journey into esports cycling. But all 3 equally strong, okay, to fight with the rest of the field.
And I guess that shows that there is a little bit of team tactics here, right? So as much as it's just one person on one bike, they can work together, draft each other, try to ease the effort for each other, right? And hopefully try to distance the competition so that they can do a 3-way competition themselves rather than having to compete the rest of the field. But let's take a look at some of the other riders. Now on screen we have Niza. Which school is he from?
UOL distance.
Yeah. So Niza is from University of London on a long distance program, and he's perhaps one of the newer faces that we've seen on this esports cycling scene.
Yeah, so maybe let's now zoom into Zihao. So Zihao bike number 12, and if the room can go to bike number 12, it'll be nice. So as you all don't know, so Zihao number 12 is from the CD, but he's currently in overall 6th or 5th position within the bunch with people that are probably 10 years older than him. So that is really something very incredible.
This is something interesting to note because Zihao, as young as he is in terms of their club teams, he's actually teammates together with Shunming, right? Both in Garcia Racing Team, one of the amateur racing teams in Singapore that actually focuses on youth. So I guess this is firstly a good sign of youth development, but at the same time there is a little bit of team tactics considering that Shunming and Zihao, they're not in the same race in that sense. They're fighting for different categories, but it looks like Shunming is starting to get gapped, especially now as they're midway through the climb, hitting steep gradients of about 6-7% and slightly more. Right, that's the equivalent of maybe climbing Mount Faber for those of you who are trying to get a sense of what the riders are feeling. They're basically going to feel the resistance amp up on their watt bikes, even though the bike is not physically tilting, even though they do not actually physically climb a hill. So, but they will feel the resistance in the legs. They will feel the legs getting sore, and that's why you see the speed just coming down slow.
Okay, so I think we're going to have a special shout out to Bike 10, Yuxuan. So Yuxuan, he is actually working with us at Virtual Cycling SG, and for all of you who don't know, he has been here since I think 7 a.m. yesterday until 5, and today morning he has been here since 8 plus a.m. as well. So he has been working across the whole weekend. And that's Yuxuan competing in the university category, although he just graduated from RP. So shout out to Yuxuan. Well done, Yuxuan.
Alright, you see Yushen, he's trying to stay in striking distance of Zihao. Hopefully the two of them can work together and maybe try to make some progress on the descent to try to catch back the initial lead group. So let's go back to the lead group virtually. Alright, we have Clement, Cyrus, Samuel working together, pacing each other up the climb. Samuel's taking the third position, Clement first. Alright, and they're all laboring up this steep gradient, 12%. That's like the steep side of Faber. You know, it's not easy. They are definitely feeling the resistance in the legs. Alright, Cyrus pulling slightly ahead, but I think that they are still working together to try to make sure that, you know, they can clear this climb together, hit the descent, maybe recover a little bit in the legs, you know, coasting down the descent and then saving it for a last finish where they can do a three-way shootout among themselves. Maybe they'll settle with scissors, paper, stone, we never know as well. So if you are just joining us, we have about 6 kilometers left in this University and C Division final. Currently leading the race is Cyrus, followed by his teammates Samuel and Clement in a 3-man breakaway, being chased by the 4th place man Yushen. But at the same time, Yushen is together with the 1st place in the C Division category, Zihao, who is 5th place on the road, and they are both laboring up the climb about half a minute behind this lead group. Now the lead group has just hit the descent, and the question is, are they going to continue sending it down, or are they going to take time to coast a little, recover a bit in the legs, and then they will save it for the finish. So the riders can hear whatever we're saying, and perhaps just to share a little bit, on these kind of descents, Eugene, what would you do if you are in this lead group?
So as you all don't know, training peaks actually mimic the real life. So what I would do is actually I'll just stop pedaling and just go easy. You don't have to pedal so hard because there's the downhill effect as well.
Yes, and you can see actually the speed on some of these riders on the leaderboard is flashing red, and that's where actually they have an auto brake system because they are perhaps going a little bit too fast for certain corners. So I guess that's a testament to how advanced these programs are, right? They try to mimic real life physics. They try to mimic, you know, trying to take a corner way too fast is not going to work well. Thankfully, in esports cycling, instead of ending up in a ditch, they just scrub off speed and they end up perhaps wasting a little bit of effort because they have to accelerate again. But at least they're safe, they're sound, they're not at the side of the road in the bushes looking out. We're looking at 3-man breakaway, really going fast. You can see Samuel starting to take a short break, but he's still keeping up because he's allowing the downhill to work its magic. Right, as they approach another corner, nearing the bottom of the descent, where it's a little bit of rolling terrain before a short uphill punch to the finish. Let's take a look at Zihao, bike number 12. He's the 1st place rider in the C Division category, and he's still together with Yushen, 4th place rider in the university category, and they are working together. So you see Zihao's in-game avatar is occasionally just tucking in an aero position, making use of the descent to still increase his speed even though he may not be pedaling. Let's go further back to Niza and Nash. So this is one of the chasing groups. You have Niza and Nash still just about to crest the top of the climb. Right, you can see that they are just about to turn the corner, and they are about just a minute behind the man in front of them, Shunming from SUSS, who himself is about 1 minute 45 seconds back from the leaders. So it's turning out to be a very fragmented race. You see groups forming, it's really ripping to shreds with an early 3-man breakaway. So Niza giving all his effort. You can see him on screen, you know, shoulders rocking. He's definitely not taking it easy. Okay, smile for the cameras, Niza. You're on YouTube. Alright, just over the crest, send it across and you can enjoy the downhill. Right behind me is Nash, just about 15 seconds behind. Let's take a look. Just a little bit more over to the crest, he is suffering. You can see him just leaning over on his bike, fully focused ahead. He is pushing as hard as he can. So let's turn our attention back to the lead group, alright, where the three-man NUS breakaway, Clement, Samuel and Cyrus still working strong together, now on the flat with just about 3 kilometers to go. They have 3 kilometers to go, maybe just about 1 more kilometer before they have a short uphill punch of about 500 meters into the virtual velodrome, and then perhaps they're gonna go for a 3-way sprint finish. But you can see Samuel is definitely rocking his shoulders off the saddle, just definitely the toe is taken on the legs. But I see Clement just taking it steady, easy, and then Cyrus in the cap there. You know, his graduation day is today, so everyone let's congratulate him. At the same time, cheer him on and see whether he can take this win and take it all the way to graduation to represent NUS. So virtually now we are watching Tiger still going up over the climb, just about to hit the finish, the top of the slope, and crest over the hill. Right behind him is Jacob, and the two of them are still competing in the C division categories for 2nd and 3rd place respectively. Right, Zihao is about 4 minutes up the hill on the road, but nonetheless the two of them can still go for the podium spots for the C division category.
Okay, there's a hand raise on bike number 2 for Sun Ming.
Okay, Shun Ming, looks like Shun Ming is facing some issues. Okay, we're waiting to see what's the update, and we're waiting to see what's going on with Shun Ming and bike number 2. But it seems like he's having a problem. It seems like there's a little bit of a mechanical. Okay, it seems like what's happened is that his bike resistance suddenly just disappeared, so his wattage just suddenly dropped, and that perhaps might put him in a little bit of a slight problem, losing a little bit of time to the group in front of him. But he's kind of stuck in the middle of nowhere. Zihao and Yuxuan are about 1 minute ahead of him, and Niza is about 1 minute behind him. So, Yuqun, if you are Shun Ming in this situation, what would you do?
Okay, so I think the truth is, sometimes it happens because it's after all digital equipment connected by Bluetooth technology. So if it happens, it's as though as you had a puncture or you went over a pothole outside the road. I mean, this is inevitable. So we'll just have to pick it up and then just continue with the race.
So let's take a look back at the lead group of the race, Cyrus, Clement and Samuel. And it looks like Cyrus has gotten a little bit clearer, 2 seconds ahead, and he's nearly at the top of the climb. You can see just ahead in the distance. For those of you watching it on the big screen or watching it on YouTube, you can see the red flares just ahead in the distance. That is the 1 kilometer remaining mark. So in real racing, we normally call it the flamme rouge or the red flag, which indicates 1 kilometer remaining. And you can see that he has started to put a gap 5 seconds to Clement and Samuel, who are just behind him on the road, but Cyrus is definitely putting in the effort, pushing hard to try to get across. So Samuel and Clement have just crossed the 1 kilometer mark as well, but you see that Cyrus has about 800 meters to go. So he has maybe about 200 meters gap. He's on the velodrome and he has about 1.5 laps to complete before he finishes. So the question is, on his graduation day, can he take the win for NUS? Can he take the win for himself over his teammates Samuel and Clement? He's definitely putting the effort. He has another 500 meters to go. Remember, Cyrus, you have 1 more lap, 1 more lap, 1 more lap. You haven't finished yet. You have 1 more lap. He's pushing hard. He has about 10 seconds. Samuel and Clement, can they catch him? Can they bring it back to a bunch sprint? Or is it going to be Cyrus taking the win? And we have 12 seconds. He looks like he's clear. He is taking it easy across to the line. Another 100 more meters to go, and we have our champion for the Inter-School Cup University category from NUS. We have Cyrus Ng. Congratulations, Cyrus. Happy win on your graduation day. Please take today to celebrate. Right, and Clement and Samuel are doing a 2-up sprint. Samuel takes it, second place goes to him, and Clement takes third for a clean NUS 1-2-3 sweep. Congratulations to all of you. Here we have Zihao, fourth place on the road. He has one more lap of the velodrome to go, just 500 meters, but he is well clear of his competition in the C division category. Question is, can Yushen, who's just 4 seconds behind him, catch up to him? Can Yushen close that gap and take fourth place on the road? Nonetheless, their respective positions in their own categories are secure. Alright, Yushen is secure with his fourth place, regardless of whether he catches Zihao. But for bragging rights, perhaps in the race, we'll see whether Yushen. Looks like Yushen is going for a sprint. Looks like Yushen is going for a sprint. Can he catch in another 100 meters? But Zihao is responding, and I think Zihao will take fourth place on the road, first place for the C Division category, and he is your C Division champion in this Singapore Esports Cycling Inter-School Cup. With Yushen rounding up top 4, 5th on the road, but 4th in his category. Congratulations to both of you for a well-fought race.
Just pick any name that you will change it here. Because they rule by nearby riders. Try Yushen.
Okay, and we have Shun Ming making his way back onto the velodrome. Alright, he has another 700 more meters to go. But he is well clear of Niza, and Shun Ming will take the 5th. Looks like he's guaranteed the 5th place in his category. 6th place on the road, with but nonetheless still top 5 in the university category in some really fierce and intense competition. So one more lap of the velodrome to go, but he can cruise, he can take it easy. Let's take a look at Niza, just about 1 minute behind him. Alright, and Niza is just cresting the top of the slope before he hits the velodrome. Nash just about 30 seconds behind him. Can Nash recover and try to compete for 6th place on the road? Alright, let's go. Nash, you can do it. Nash, all these riders, you can do it. Still ongoing. Shun Ming, Niza, Nash, Jacob, Tiger, Malcolm, David, and Tori. Let's go to Shun Ming.
Number 2 now.
And Shun Ming crosses the line for 5th place in the category, 6th on the road, and he will round up the top 5. Alright, you can see he's drenched in sweat, putting all the effort. He's keeping up the early breakaway, but unfortunately just couldn't handle the 3-on-1, and he cracked a little bit. But nonetheless, good effort from Shun Ming. Now Niza 7th, he's made his way onto the velodrome. Just another one more lap to go. Okay, his last 500 meters for Niza, he is picking up the pace, putting out a lot of effort and energy just to finish strong. Right, his place is all but guaranteed. Nash with about now 45 seconds behind him, but still pushing on, pressing hard, and Niza is not letting up. Come on, Niza, finish strong. 200 meters to go.
Let's go to Jacob. Wait, after he crossed the line. Or just as he crossed the line. Never mind. Once he out this. Pick on Nash first.
Okay, on screen we're taking a look at Jacob, bike number 11. Alright, he has just about 1 kilometer left to go, and this is the 2nd place rider. He's 9th on the road, but he is 2nd place in the C division category. Still pushing hard, pushing strong. 6 seconds ahead of Tiger, who is just another 2 bikes down. So the question is, can Tiger catch him? Can Tiger make the comeback and challenge him in a 2-up sprint? Let's go to Tiger. So let's watch his POV. Camera 1. No, I see. It's not camera 1. he sees Jacob just go around the corner. Time gap is opening up a little bit, but can he make that comeback? 10 seconds is quite a big gap, but Jacob has made his way onto the velodrome where he can start to pick up speed. Alright, and Tiger is gonna start trying to accelerate. Hopefully he can catch him, but either way, second and third place for the C Division category is all but guaranteed for these two riders. So Jacob has crossed the line, he has 500 meters to go. Tiger is about to cross the line for the same 500 meters. Can he catch Jacob? Just 9 seconds separate the second and third place. They are fighting for the podium spots in this C Division category. He can just barely see Jacob. Tiger can just barely see Jacob. They're looking at each other. They're trying to push hard. Tiger is trying to catch him. He's launched an early sprint, but Jacob has to continue putting on the power. Jacob's rounding the corner, and Tiger can just barely see him in the screen. You can look at the effort on their faces, celebrating yet still trying to put out the effort. And I think Jacob will take it. Jacob will take second place, Tiger third for the C Division category. So congratulations, you came in top 10 in the entire race, but you are third in your category, Tiger. Well done. Well done to Jacob, 9th overall, but still second place in your category. So we have our remaining 3 more racers, David, Malcolm and Tori. Tori in 5 minutes back, but we have a shootout for 11th and 12th between David and Malcolm. Malcolm just 2 seconds behind David.
8 and 9. 8 and 9.
Got him in his sights, just looking whether he can take the sprint. 300 meters to go. Who is going to launch first? Who is going to jump first? Can Malcolm make that last surge, that last burst of speed to get across?
Alright, just keep it on them.
Yeah, nice, I got an interview. Can you wait for me to set up? I go and wait for you. So tight.
Alright, later the commentator's gonna interview. So you just keep the camera on them, your line.
Alright, so with me now I have second place man Samuel. Right, so Samuel, you guys went on a 3-strong breakaway with your teammates. Was that the plan all along from the start?
Yeah, definitely. I think to split the pack early on, then we have some freedom when it comes to the climb itself. And we managed to maintain the gap all the way, so that was good. Yeah.
So before the race you said you needed the prize money to buy the jersey, but your teammate Cyrus decided to take it ahead of you. So any thoughts on that or any comments?
Yeah, happy graduation to Cyrus. He says he's going to treat me Hai Di Lao, so it's all okay after that.
So you still get your cash prize then? Alright, Cyrus, since you're there, come, let's go for a quick interview. Alright, so firstly, congratulations on your graduation day.
Thank you, thank you.
So what are your thoughts being the inaugural champion for the university category in this inter-school cup?
Okay, overall it was quite a hard effort by all of us. I think the deciding factor was when we broke away. I think one of us decided to go a bit harder, then we managed to latch on. Then from there we just paced ourselves well, then all the way until the finish. So overall it was quite memorable, quite enjoyable.
That's great, that's great. One last question for you. So you've also raced bikes like outside in the real world, right? So how does this compare, perhaps aside from the race length, how does it compare, indoor cycling versus outdoor?
I think in general, virtual itself is a bit more short and intense. So of course your power output is way higher over a short period of time. But I think in terms of endurance and of course in terms of tactics and all the other technical skills in terms of bike handling, of course you won't be able to replicate it indoors. So I think that's the main difference between indoors and outdoors. Yeah.
All right, thank you and congratulations again on your win.
Thank you, thank you.
take a look for our first place man for the C Division category. Zihao, where are you? Sorry, we'll be back shortly with an interview. Okay, so I have with me Zihao, who came in 4th place on the road, but still 1st place in the C Division category. So congratulations, and what are your thoughts on it?
Tiring.
So tiring, perhaps he's still trying to gather his breath, trying to recollect himself. But how does it feel to be the first ever C Division champion for the Inter-School Cup?
Very satisfied.
Was it something you expected?
No.
So he says no, but all his friends behind are all saying, that he expected this. So well done again, congratulations, and we'll see you soon for the prize ceremony. Okay, so that concludes the race. All right. Actually, is Tori still racing?
One of them is service.
Hold on. Actually, the race is not over yet. We still have Tori still on the road, yet to finish. But let's continue to cheer him on. So we're trying to find him on screen now. We're trying to navigate over to him, which is a little bit of a challenge. The face of Training Peaks Virtual.
Can check whether you finish or not.
Okay, Tori is still pressing on. Let's continue to cheer for him. But at the same time, we'll be back shortly with the podium ceremony. All right, as we tabulate all the results across the 2 categories. So we'll see the prizes for both the C Division, the lower secondary category, as well as the university category as well. Okay, so those of you on the live stream, please do stay tuned. We'll have the podium ceremony soon. Let's cheer for Tori, who is still pressing on, still continuing. Come on guys, everyone, let's cheer for Tori. This is one of his first esports cycling competitions that he's in. So very good effort, even though he may be in last place, but it's a really strong field that he went up against. So let's all cheer for him and encourage him as he presses on towards the finish.
Just show his gameplay also. Like just cycle between him and the team.
How far more is that? Where is he?
let's play a different game. Fire it all up again, fire up my heart again. For me to lose, I know I'm the one to stay. I'll run away again, running away again, till I see that you.
Show now. Jalan.
Oh yeah lah, he still has.
How much? 1.3. Oh, see, I think 6.4 is 1.3.
That's where I'll spend it loving you. too tight, unfolding. I keep on.